All right. Welcome back to another show of the Elevated Marketing Podcast, where we simplify complicated digital marketing topics to help your business grow. And I'm Jennifer Denny.
And I'm Brenna Jackson. Hello, hello.
And today we're here to talk about. It just felt like that's where I got to go with this. We're going to talk about something I know a lot about, psychology. I do have a degree in psychology. And we're going to talk about the psychology of sharing on social media and why do people share things on social media and why should we care? Tell us, Brenna.
Well, there are a lot of reasons, and I think, this could be from a couple different angles. It's not always about physically sharing and posting a post, but maybe it's sharing someone else's post. And it all comes down to we like what we like, we resonate with something, we connect with it somehow, whether you're posting it or you're sharing someone else's post.
Yeah.
It goes a little bit deeper than that.
So when we're building our social media content calendar, we've got to start thinking about why would somebody share this? And we want that because you're going to have increased reach, meaning you're getting in front of more people. You're going to build credibility and trust. You're going to have improved engagement because if somebody else shares it, then it's going to be like, oh, well, that's like a vote of confidence, which in turn increases your brand loyalty because you've kind of got your people around you and they are wanting to share what you are talking about. So that's a good thing.
Yeah, sure is.
So let's go through the psychology and start off with bringing valuable or entertaining content to others. Like that's the first one, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, and I think it's what I'm drawn to is the valuable part. Now, yes, social media is more meant to be maybe entertaining. It's meant to be social. And so I think that still stands to reason, even as a business. Maybe think about a birthday post for one of your employees. That's probably more entertaining than it is valuable.
Depends on if you like to learn. So I like to learn.
Yeah.
So, providing or practical value, maybe, getting an infographic or a guide that solves some sort of pain point that somebody has that your audience that you're trying to talk to would help them provide that motivation of altruism and social approval. So that's valuable and entertaining. It just depends on how you take it.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, what's next on the list?
Definitely defining themselves to others. I think maybe about like a positive quote. Maybe you see a positive quote and you're like, you know what? I needed that today. I'm going to share that.
Or maybe you write an article about local marketing and your local chamber shares it. Thank you, Franklin Chamber. Like that was valuable to them and it was valuable to us and it was on the same like wavelength. And so they shared it because it spoke to their audience as well. So I think people might share things. Sometimes it's political, like that is within there, but they resonate, and that's because you're creating content that helps solve your clients,
Yeah. I think what kind of tags on to that though, and Franklin Chamber like that definitely resonates with growing and nourishing relationships. As businesses, you can still support others within your realm by sharing their posts, and you'll likely get that support back.
Yeah. That is definitely a good one. People do it for self-fulfillment, like intrinsic rewards, like maybe you're trying to highlight like content that contributes to a larger cause or a community effort. I know we did that, with Rock the Block, and we're trying to get more, it identifies with us and our brand, how we like to help other people. So I think that's good.
Yeah. There's also supporting causes or issues. I think of maybe like Small Business Saturday. Who doesn't want to share that? We all want to support local, right? And I mean, I think that could fit into that.
I love the Dove's like Real Beauty campaign promoting body positivity. So that definitely got people to share
Yeah.
that, their own story. So that was good.
Yeah.
So staying connected, post content that sparks discussions, easier said than done, but maybe like some memories. I've seen people go back to previous posts that they've done and reshare it and be like, oh, do you remember this memory? Like, and if you have that as a brand because you were posting that, then that's good as well.
Yeah. There's also, which I think this is maybe one of the bigger ones in my opinion, but to start conversations, maybe it's a poll or maybe you have a common question and you're trying to get feedback from maybe other business owners or other customers alike. And so starting those conversations by sharing a post.
Yes. I know we've kind of already mentioned this, but entertaining others for sure. Snarky humor always does well. But if it's not part of your brand, then certainly don't do it. Just think of entertainment a little bit different. Like I said in the beginning, like everybody could, entertain a little bit different, which kind of leads to the next one, right?
Mhm. Yeah, which is informing others. And when I think of this, maybe from a business perspective, it's maybe there was a change in your industry. And so you can share that not only to get that kind of message out there, but to also let your audience know that you are keeping up with the times and you are informed. So now you're going to inform others.
Yes, yes, we did that recently to talk about, new things that happened in the real estate industry. So that keeps them up to date as well.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
expressing emotion, definitely emotionally charged stories, bring content. I know we did this recently with a facility that is for drug and alcohol addiction, and telling those stories was certainly very powerful.
Yes, they absolutely were. And I think that maybe almost leads into influencing others as well. As deep as those conversations were from Terra Treatment Center, it is very powerful. And maybe by sharing that, you are unknowingly helping someone and in a way influencing them. Um, yeah.
All right, which is on there too to influence others. Crafting content that's persuasive and encourages advocacy. So maybe a vegan brand posts compelling data about environmental benefits of plant-based eating. Like that could certainly like help as well. Um, you're trying to influence other people, so I maybe that goes into cause marketing a little bit.
Yeah, I agree with that. And maybe with that too is kind of wrapped in with participating in trends or challenges. I think of the USC ice bucket challenge right now, or years ago there was the ALS ice bucket challenge.
Oh, yeah.
Although that likely doesn't directly resonate with your brand, but supporting a cause like that, or kind of keeping up with a trend like that, that could be part of sharing as well.
Yep, yep. Social responsibility, so ethical integration and social accountability. So, Tom Shoes has the one for one, which highlights their donation, encourages them to share the message and spread the mission. So that's something you could incorporate into your brand as well, in order to, get that sharing.
For sure. There's also, I know we've talked about it a little bit already today, but sharing to promote events or activities. I think of Rock the Block. I think of the Indy Mini. I'm sorry. There's a lot of different events or activities that are happening, and so we can share those.
Okay, how about to show social support? So it's okay to not be okay. Like mental health campaigns, like it was mental health awareness in the month of May, I believe, or no, that was April, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So that's a good one.
Yeah. There's also that engaging in social comparison. Now, that sounds maybe a little harsh, but I think that could go along with maybe putting out the real and the raw, and it's not all about glamour. There could be that comparison, and you're in a way going beyond that by sharing real and raw. I don't know that it's necessarily a direct comparison.
Yes. So to build anticipation, so people will share things when this is event marketing for sure, like building up the anticipation that something is coming up soon, and they'll be definitely wanting to, build that anticipation. There could be product teasers, buzz, prompt to speculate, share, like that could be fun as well.
Yeah, I agree with that. I like this one, crowdsourcing information. So maybe you're sharing a post and it's very similar to a poll, but you're firsthand getting kind of this UGC, user generated content, by maybe crowdsourcing some of that information. And that's in a way solving your problem. It could be solving other people's problems, but sharing that to kind of collect some of that information.
Well, I think all in all, there's a lot of different reasons psychologically that people share content, but I think we can wrap this up by just talking about that. You really just make sure you've got your buyer persona down pat and you really understand who you're talking to. And I think when you can share and talk about or create content that resonates with that audience, regardless of all these reasons that we listed, they're going to be more likely because you're speaking directly to them.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
All right. Well, I think that wraps up today's topic. If you would like to follow me, Jennifer Denny, over on LinkedIn, feel free to do so. Maybe I've earned it. Or head over to our website at elevatedmarketing.solutions and join our email. And I think that's it for today. All right. Take care.